Yo guys, what up? We're back here in the garage. Hey man, I hope you guys are having an outstanding fucking day. Look, on Instagram this morning, I posted a video of my boy Alex in here doing a variation of a face pull. And here's the why behind that. Athletes that punch people in their faces, athletes that throw baseballs, footballs, swing tennis rackets, hit volleyballs, comma, all of the above, etc., 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 whatever. This is you taking care of your shoulder joint, okay? Let me explain this real quick. I asked one of my baseball players recently, he's 15 years old, stellar athlete, stellar kid, just going to be an amazing adult. He's already just so far ahead of the game. Anyways, I asked him recently, how many baseballs do you think that you've thrown over the course of your life? Like, there's no way that kid can answer that. Like, who can answer that, right? Even at 15 years old, I would venture to say this kid has thrown a baseball probably thousands and thousands. Like, who knows? Like, it's just everything from soft toss in the backyard to long toss on the field to actually playing a game. Like, there's no way. But then I followed that question up with this. How many face pulls, how many wall slides, how many Cuban rotations, whatever, how many of any of that have you worked on in relation to how much you've thrown over the course of your life, right? Now, we might not know that number either, but I can damn sure tell you that the number is probably a minute fraction of a fraction compared to how many baseballs the kid has thrown. Got it? Now, what are we doing here? Why? What is this about? This is about creating a balance front to back, right? This is about letting your rotator perform the job that it is meant to perform. Your rotator cuff is responsible for braking forces. When you're throwing a baseball, you don't want your arm to fly off with the ball. Like, your rotator is responsible for keeping your shit together. Got it? And so, well, here's an example. My good buddy Andre told me a long time ago, he gave me a great example of this. You think about this little tank driver, right? He's in his tank. He wants to get out of that tank for some odd reason because he wants to join the fight on the ground. He wants to jump in with the infantry guys and go throw hands and throw some bullets downrange or whatever. But that's not his job. His job is to sit in the tank. He's got a very important job. Jesus Christ. Like, you're out there for a reason with that big piece of machinery, right? So think about your rotator as this is kind of funny, right? Think about your rotator as the straps or the harness that keeps your tank driver sitting in his seat, performing his job, right? Everything's got a job to do. And if you're not constantly working on that, if you're not constantly addressing some weaknesses that may or may not be back there, if you're not constantly addressing this stuff, like I'm not going to sit here and scare you and tell you that you're going to get hurt, but damn, you're setting yourself up. The risk there is huge, right? And so that's really what we're doing. We're just creating some balance. We're creating a stronger rotator cuff so that shoulder can perform at a much higher level and for much longer. Got it? So I want you guys to check out my Instagram channel. I want you to go look at that face pull that my buddy Alex is doing here in the gym. And then I want you to try to replicate that sometime today. And if you're working on, some mobility work or what have you, you can make that its own thing, knock out 3 sets of 10, 15, decent resistance. Or, man, you might just need a filler. You're crushing yourself in the gym and maybe you're doing some pressing. Why don't you superset some face pulls in there? You can also check out the rest of this YouTube channel, and I've got all kinds of other stuff in there that serves a very similar purpose. Wall slides, Cuban rotations, all that good stuff. I mean, you might even argue some of those shoulder dislocates with the stick, any of that stuff. But anyways, if you have any questions, hit me up. Love to hear from you. Take care, be well, train your asses off, be good humans.